can we turn this rusty old Sprinter van into a luxury camper? We bought this van back in 2019 and started to convert it into our tiny home over the space of 2 years. This van has taken us to some amazing places across the UK and mainland Europe, but it's time for a change. A few weeks ago we decided to rip everything out and reconvert it. So stay tuned and see how we've got it from looking like this to this.
So today's job is get this bulkhead in, but I have made a little template here. So I've scribed that into the edge, perfect, so that we know what like the way it's going to sit basically. So then we'll transfer this scribe now over to the sheet.
The bus again.
Bus again, every bloody time. Yeah, so we're going to transfer this to the sheet, cut that out, lift it in, see if it fits, and then start scribing that side, and hopefully we'll be able to get it in one sheet.
Let's go to the cutting room. For the bulkhead we're using 15mm poplar ply.
Nice. So if we mark 200 on here. 200.
We chose this plywood specifically as it's lighter weight than others. We're using the 15mm on the bulkhead and to build everything in the van as it is a bit more sturdy. We only use the 4mm on the walls to keep the weight down. We think we bought just the right amount as well, so there's no room for error. If you mess this up, you're dumped. You're off the van build.
All or nothing this, isn't it? It's better be it, honestly, better be it. If it's not, I'll lob the van, pick it up and throw it as far as I can. So there we are then, we got that board in and scribed up, screwed up, and now we're going to mark out where the hatch is going to be on the other side for going into the cab and work out where we want our overhead cupboard, because I think we're going to go for a bit of a bigger one this time. Are our overhead units going to the end now? No?
They're going to have the nice little curved bit on the end.
Do you want it
open.
Curved or do you want it squared?
Curved, I think.
Just because it's meeting up to the edge of here?
I mean, you could
Look
have that
a bit
one.
daft, wouldn't it? Curved on the edge.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I have that one squared and then this one on the end
Curved.
here, curved, yeah.
And yeah, so I have these two here squared.
Yeah.
And then that edge one
curved. Because this one will be going to another edge, yeah. So if that sounded a little bit confusing, we meant, so at the end of our overhead cabinets, we're going to have kind of like an open gap at each side, so we can kind of put plants and stuff coming down. So these ones, because the shower wall is going to be here, we're going to have overhead cabinets to the end above the L-shaped seating, so it'd make sense for them to be squared up to the wall. But then on that side, because it's going to be the overhead cabinets over the kitchen and it's going to be where the sliding door is, it's going to be like a free edge, so we're going to have a nice curved open bit, so it'll look really nice, hopefully.
Well, I can't believe we've managed to get the bulkhead in, and wait till you see Annalise's new suit. It's absolutely hilarious. Now, a lot of you on the videos have been saying, oh, get some safety glasses on, get some safety glasses. I do actually wear safety glasses, but I always misplace them. I've got some of these though, some DeWalt shaded ones, because it's so bright outside. Don't know what's going on in England at the minute, but it's actually sunny, which is mad. So I've got myself some of these. Anyway, I'm going to whip that out. We're going to do a cutout in there for getting over into the cab and a cutout for the overhead cupboard.
So guys, you know it's all safety first and that. I've gone and got myself a new suit. Look at this. I've got a phone holder. This is where my makeup brushes can go in here. Suited and booted. It's a bit big, but does the job. Oh, and look at these. Oh yeah, I look the part now, don't I? Ready for my photo shoot. It is actually a little bit warm to have that on right now, so I've stripped off again. We'll put it on when we're painting though. So we've got the window frame lined up, we've got the 4 holes, and Jordan's just going to go around the other side and jigsaw it all out. Now if we were sensible, we would have put covers over the seat to stop the sawdust getting everywhere, but clearing that up is just going to have to be a job for another day. So we've now got our little window hatch. So this is going to be where we're going to be escaping over to the front if anything happens. Our L-shaped seating is going to be here, so we'll just have a little leg up over. So kind of what we already had, but obviously ours was... How did we have it before? We had like a door shape, didn't we? Yeah, so this is well wide enough to get over. Plus, while we're sat here, we're going to have the window on that side, the window behind, and then the window in front. So that's just going to be amazing. It's going to let so much light in. We're going to put a curtain on the top of this as well, so no one can spy on us in the night.
So next we need to make the cutout here. We've got an overhead storage above this. So we need to make the cutout for there, and then make the door that's going to be going over the front of it.
But what have you've left in there?
Oh, I've left a lot of my tools inside.
And you can't get to them.
I need some of them, so I'm going to have to drill that out and do that now.
Jordan cut down a piece of wood to act as a template so we could cut the hole. Previously we only had a tiny little opening and we keep all our coats up there, so it's going to be so much easier having a bigger opening to get everything out. So we haven't actually filmed much because we've been doing like all the little niggly bits. This bulkhead was a little bit of a nightmare, so we needed full concentration, just getting all the scribing right. And then Jordan's been going in, doing like the window frames, which I will show you right after we've made a drink. So when we've got a pretty full-on day on the van build, it's good to know that we've got our Holy energy drinks to keep us going. Now, if for some crazy reason you've never heard of Holy, they're a powder-based soft drink company that makes sugar-free alternatives to your shop-bought drinks. They don't just do energy drinks, they do hydration, iced tea, and even milkshake. The weather over the past few weeks has been absolutely amazing, and that just makes me want a citrusy drink. Now you're probably thinking, what is so special about Holy energy drinks? They've got no sugar, no taurine, no other junk in them. It's got a focused formula with a special kind of caffeine called Nucaf, and this is slow release energy throughout the day. It's also got 14 nootropics and vitamins, so when I feel like I need a little bit of an energy boost, I don't have to run to the shop. I just grab my Holy and add a scoop to 500 ml of water, and then just give it a shake, and there you have it, your very own energy drink. If you are brand new to Holy, I'd recommend getting a starter set. You get loads of different sachets of different flavours for you to try, and then once you've found out your favourite flavour, you can go ahead and grab your big tub of it. This one is Citrus Cobra and it is so good. So fruity. So if you want to be a little bit more healthier and start with the sugary drinks, then give Holy a try. Use the discount code on screen now to get yourself some money off. Not gonna lie to you, for the past day I've been sat in watching Lost on Netflix. Whilst Jordan's been working hard doing all the framing around the windows, so let's give you a closer look. The edges do need to be tidied up because we're going to be putting silicone to make it all look neat and everything. But that is around the window so far. It is going to have the white frame around it as well. And then coming over to the side pods, oh my god, look at them. This is the first time for me seeing it as well. They look amazing. Last time we didn't have this, we literally just left it open, just cut the cladding and then left it all open. It looked really messy, but they look really good. I was literally saying to Jordan, this looks like a media wall, like your TV being in there and then your fire in the bottom. So this is going to be our overhead cupboard. We are going to have a door. Oh god, I couldn't think of the word then. We are going to have a door on there. This is our emergency escape hatch. So we're going to have a curtain across this one, and it's also going to be nice when we've got the seating and we can look out of the front and then the two sides. So I'm going to focus on the bulkhead and filling in all the little screw holes, and I'm going to use the Ronseal multi-purpose wood filler in white. Just going to put me overalls on so we are ready to go. I actually really like filling. I don't know if I'm very good at it, but I enjoy doing it. It's just satisfying seeing the holes disappear.
Annalise is cracking on at the front of the van. I'm going to crack on at the back here, get this sanded so we can start getting some paint on, and then we can start building, throwing the floor in and just getting blasted with this, because we are getting a little bit down now with this good weather. We just want to get travelling. So let's get cracking, get sanding and get painting.
So that's the majority of the ceiling sanded. Well, I think all of the ceiling sanded. And then I have just filled all the bulkhead holes, so we need to wait for that to dry before we can sand that. So we're going to go to B&Q and pick up some paint, and I seen the other day they do like a knot blocker or something for the knots in the ceiling because we want it fully white. So we're going to go and see what we can find. Larry had a well needed clean, so he's looking all sparkly. Look at him inside. Just ignore the...
That wasn't me.
Bueno wrapper.
That wasn't me.
Kind of at that point in the build where you can't do something because you've got to do something else, and you can't like lay the floor because we've got to paint the ceiling. You can't paint the ceiling because we've got to sand. So we're at that point where we're just doing like all the niggly, little, boring, horrible jobs. But as soon as the niggly jobs are out the way, we're going to see some good progress. We're actually going to try and go to the range rather than B&Q first see what selection they have, because sometimes they're a lot cheaper and they've got like a better range of stuff. So we'll head to the range. If they've not got what we want, then we'll have to go to B&Q. Let's go and see if they've got what we want. Look at the state of Jordan's hat. It's white, look at that in there.
Oh yeah,
from all the sand and stuff. That is what we're looking for.
Bang on.
Not block. So whilst I'm here, I may as well look at some white plastic paint if they've got it to paint over the, you know, the fan surrounds that are painted black and now need to be painted white. So we're going to give that a go. I don't know what it'll be like, but it's spray to plastic in white gloss, so see what that does. If you've got a smaller van, this is a good option. Mind you, it's £49, well 50, 2 metre by 2.5 vinyl flooring. So we're looking for a satin wood white. Last time we used Valspar.
What's high in VOC levels?
Yeah, so what we always check is the VOC levels on the paint. That Dulux one is high. We need a low one. So if you look at that one is a low VOC. So we're going to go for this one. This have all the Wilco stuff. Yeah. Let's see how much this comes to. So for all that, it was just over 30 quid, like £31 something.
I think that's really, really good.
Absolute steal, that, yeah, I think. Really good. So we got the paint, the wood block, spray paint, paintbrushes, roller, sandpaper, everything we need. So shout out to the range. So it is currently 19 degrees in St Helens today, so the perfect day for painting. It's actually really, really warm. All week it's been really nice weather and I've been saying, oh, it's too cold, and have my jumper on. Today is the only day I've actually felt a bit like, okay, it's warm today.
Yeah, because it isn't actually warm, is it? Let's be honest. Like,
no, we're
when we
used
was
to
in Spain, it was bloody 20 odd degrees over the winter.
I know, I feel like when you spend like 3 months out there, you just get used to the weather. So when you have like summer or nice weather over here, you're kind of like, oh, it's bloody cold.
Because we're waiting for some stuff for the build, and I think it's going to be a little bit of a delay for that stuff to turn up. We're thinking of going away for like 3 or 4 days in the Land Rover with a roof tent. And yeah.
Oh wait.
St Helens for you. It's just every time, innit? But no, yeah, we're thinking about going away for like 3 or 4 days, maybe somewhere like Cornwall. So if you guys want to see that and us travelling around in the Land Rover, then drop that down in the comments.
I think it would be nice to break it up a little bit, yeah, and for us to have a little bit of time off the build as well. 100%.
But if you drop down in the comments, free Larry, then we'll go. Right then, let's get painting all the knots in the ceiling. This takes, it says, touch dry in 30 minutes, but you can only paint over it after 4 hours. So we'll blast the ceiling in and then we'll start painting the walls.
Yeah, I think
the other stuff.
Not block the ceiling, then paint the wall.
Yeah. Then
we can build some bits, and then hopefully by that time 4 hours would have passed.
Yeah, and we can finish
paint
the ceiling.
that, do a second coat on the wall.
Yeah. And we've still got the surrounds to do as well.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you can paint them.
That can be my job in a bit.
Let's get cracking.
Let's get cracking, man.
Let's get cracking, man.
We were just going to paint this over the knots, but we decided to paint it all over the ceiling so it got a good undercoat. Ideally, we should have painted the cladding before it went on the ceiling so the paint can go in the gaps. So that's the first coat of the, what's it called? Knot block. Knot block,
yeah, and I actually really like the stuff. I think it's really good.
Lovely.
It's really good.
I'll give you a closer look. That's the first coat on.
It's actually covered really well. Especially in like the darker sections, it's covered quite well as well. You know what, that's mint, that stuff. Really like that. I'll be using that more often. So I've noticed some areas that do need a little bit more sanding, a little bit more fettling in. But yeah, if we leave the bulkhead, we paint the walls and then build the seating, get the seating in.
And the wheel arch covers.
And the wheel arch boxes, yeah. Sweet, let's get cracking.
So in the last build, obviously we had cladding on the wall, so we couldn't roller paint it because it wouldn't get like in the gaps and stuff. So we're actually going to be able to roller paint, which hopefully will save us loads of time. By the way, these were from B&Q. How much was it? A tenner in the sale?
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant, look at that. Woohoo! So we're trying to get as much painting as we can done because today's Friday and apparently the weather turns on Sunday. So if we can get the majority of painting done today or over this weekend, then we should only have like the little bits like the cabinets and stuff to paint, which should be fine. Seeing the white on the walls is just giving beach vibes. Imagine the van all bright with the blue sea in the background. Oh, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to start sanding the bulkhead just so that I can blast all the walls and then I can move on to painting the ceiling with the proper paint. So Ignore Jordan coughing in the background. Let's get sanding. I feel like I like that. So the whole van has had one coat of white paint, and to be honest it doesn't actually look that much different because the wood was quite light anyway, but at least that's on. That should be near enough dry now, so I might sand and paint the ceiling because I did, let me show you. So obviously the knots in the wood have left, well, they are like holes. Now if we were leaving the ceiling the wood colour and just putting a varnish over it, I would have left them, but since we're painting it white, so I actually filled all the little holes. There's one there, so I think that's just going to look a lot better when it's painted white.
Shabba!
I started to sand down the filler off the ceiling, but the electric sander was just a little bit too harsh and pulling all the undercoat off, so I started to use a sanding block. Whilst I'd done the first top coat of paint, Jordan started to build the L-shaped seating for the front of the van. To be honest, we do work quite well as a team. Jordan loves the building side of it, where I do love the painting.
So we've got the bench seat all knocked up there. I've got the wall in place for the shower. So this is where the shower's going to go here. But I've just scribed that edge for the final scribe, and same with the top part here. Gonna get all that cut out perfect, and then I think once this one's finished painting we might be able to get the floor in tonight, mightn't we? Lily's just chilling out here in the corner. Oh yeah, hey, what are you doing? Just chilling out. So yeah, I'll get that cut now to the final scribe, and hopefully it'll be bob on. Let's see if she fits. What do you reckon?
I don't know.
On that line there.
What have you broke?
What?
I said, what have you broke?
I don't know. Look at that. Come on.
Very good, very nice.
That's bang on, isn't it?
Very good, very nice.
Hello, chicken nugget.
The smooth side, guys.
Give over, look at that.
That is the smooth side.
That's mint, that, isn't it?
Beautiful. Wondrous.
Correct, David.
Look at me freshly painted walls.
Sorry, love.
Oh my god,
This is-
bloody men. So our shower this time round is going to be smaller than the last shower. But that just means it will stop putting a load of crap in there, because last time it was just used as like a bin.
There we go. So that's your shower room done. Check this out, guys.
Gorgeous.
It's actually, it's worked out quite well. So both scribed in. That's going to be the shower room. And then we've got a larder unit going in here in this section. So a larder unit there. Then the bed.
Like I said in the previous video, don't get put off by the white ceiling and white walls. When it comes together, it's going to be amazing.
There we go, guys. Look at the size of that. That is massive. And then there's going to be another section that goes across here that pulls out into like a bed system. Pulls out into like an L-shaped bed, but we're still going to have our fixed bed at the back. This will just be for lounging and watching Lost.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're watching now, isn't it? It's going to be amazing for the dog. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Look, she can see out there. Now she's having a look out that window. She's actually going to love it.
The next morning we cleared everything out the van to get ready to fit the floor.
Right then, guys, that's all the floor cleared here at the front. So I'm going to crack on with sanding all the floor. So basically I'm going to sand all this new step that I've put in. Sand all the floor here. Fill anywhere that needs filling. And check this out for a floating step. I think it's quite cool. Pretty pleased with it. So it like floats just above. That's going to have an LED light underneath it, so the floor looks like it's all lit up. It'll look quite cool. But yeah, I've just got to sand all this, fill any of these holes, just so that it doesn't show through the vinyl. Make sure this floor is flat as anything, and then we can get the vinyl done, which I can't wait for because I really like the colour of this. And I think once the vinyl's in with the white, it's going to look mint. We're onto a flyer here, guys. All the floor is now filled. I'm not going to fill in the corners and stuff because there's like units and stuff going there, so you're never going to see it. But yeah, I've done this, blasted this up. Just gotta wait for that to set, but I do need to go and get some spray glue and a few other bits. I've just nipped to B&Q, got a few bits and bobs. This floor is now dry, so I can sand it down.
The reason for sanding down the floor is so that we don't see any lumps or bumps once we lay the vinyl flooring down. And also in case there's any sharp edges of wood that might pierce the vinyl.
Let's get the floor in. Oh, that is really nice. Bloody heavy. God, that is so nice. Now guys, check this out. This looks so good. That is next level. That is really, really nice. And then with this bit here, I'll just show you the step. So, see how you can see the wood on the edge? Well, I've got a piece here that will then key in like this. So that will then follow that board. It looks so good. So that's going to be there, and then an LED light in the bottom of this. But I am made up with that. It just looks so clean. And me and Annalise are going to lift the seating now and just have a look, see what it looks like with the seating. Oh yeah, this is going to look so good, isn't it? What does it look like on that edge? Good. That? You just push this back. Should be like an even gap there. Yes. That's so good. So that's it for this week's video, guys. We're all painted. We got the floor in and we got the seating in. We've not got the other seating in yet, but we are going to build that in the next video and try and get the rest of these cabinetry built. Anyway, if you did like the video, please hit like and don't forget down below to leave a comment. I am a legend. Catch you guys on the next one.
Hands are trembling right now, right now. Deep blue water sea, afraid of jumping in right now, right now.